got a lot of bridges. Anyone want to guess how many bridges we have here in the city of Pittsburgh? What's your guess? 6, way more than 6. Any other guess? Way more than 13. Way more than 30. Hey guys. Okay guys, if we go at this increment, we're gonna take all day. With a grand total of 446 bridges. We have more bridges than any other city in the world. Venice comes in a close second with 443, but Venice doors 2 by 4s over pedals and calls for bridges. We only count commercially traveled bridges that is a bridge that can be traveled over in a car, a truck, and a boat. Venice counts pedestrian walkways. We do not. So welcome to Pittsburgh, city of bridges. Pretty cool. And right over here, these white and silver globes on the side of this building. Those white and silver globes, quack, quack, quack. Those are an unofficial high watermark for a flood that happened on St. Patrick's Day of 1936. The average depth of our water is about 16.5 feet, and on that day, the water came up to 46 feet. So imagine the water all the way to the tops of those globes. And ironically, the flooding caused a bunch of fires because the water seeped into the basement of buildings, where at that time electrical units were kept. Fires ensued. The first thing to burn down was the fire department. So yeah, not so much left of the Irish that year. And right behind us, we just passed it by with the striped awning. That's Fifth Avenue Place right behind us. It's the Highmark building in our skyline. It has the big poles sticking out on top. And the story behind the poles that the architect wanted it to be 13 stories higher. But the city said, no, that's going to make our skyline. We got to drop the 13 stories, so we did. We stuck that 13 stories in the middle, and that was his dress here. And by dress, of course, we number 1. And here we are on PPG Place. Pittsburgh plate glass, when this building was built, is considered the most beautiful building in the world. You can see why. It's gorgeous. 6 separate buildings in a 5.5 acre space. 241 pinnacles on top. And over 1 million square feet of this black reflective glass. Pretty groovy. And in the middle here, this is them converting our summer fountain into the winter ice skating rink. So you're seeing it in progress. But soon we will have an ice skating rink, and you guys should come out and ice skate with me, because I'll be here. But why is this the most beautiful building in the world? You're about to see why. People on the left look left, people on the right look right, because it is you! Reflected in a beautiful blue track. So cool. Quack, quack, quack! Let's give him a quack. 1, 2, 3! Quack, quack, quack! I think he wins the award for best individual quack of the day. And encore presentation coming up over here. If you want to check yourselves out, make yourselves look good, be narcissistic. Ooh la la, look at you guys, looking so good. But if you don't like yourself, you can always just duck. Oh, sorry, that was foul. I'm just winging it up here. Didn't mean to let you down with those stuff. But here we are on 4th Avenue. 4th Avenue used to be the 2nd wealthiest street in the nation, 2nd to Wall Street. You can tell that a bunch of banks used to be here because a lot of the intricate architecture. There's columns on a building behind us. There's a lot of intricate architecture going on above Subway. Subway's still making a lot of play. But there aren't as many banks on this particular street anymore, but PNC is still the #1 landowner of downtown. And that largest green building I was telling you about is diagonally a block from us that way. So it's pretty cool. And Point Park University's library also used to be a bank. You can see that as we go through the intersection right over there too. Big columns, you can study inside of an old bank vault at Point Park's library. So pretty fancy. And PNC, #1 landowner, #2 landowner is Point Park University. So, and they're expanding all the time. They're talking about moving their Oakland Playhouse to the downtown area, so another theater in the downtown area. And this is where I make my public service announcement. And I say, kids, stay in school, or you too can become a narrator on a tugboat, or you can go to school, rack up a bunch of money in debt, and still be a narrator on a tugboat. Yeah. But I just graduated from Point Park this year, 2013. Woohoo! So I was an acting major here, and they boast to have the most people to go on to Broadway. So here's nothing. Maybe you'll see me next year in New York on a duck boat. Yeah, no sympathy chuckles from them. Alright. And right in front of us you can see that water fountain in that park over there. That's a new green space for Point Park. But I like to look at it and wave goodbye to my tuition money. Bye, tuition money. I miss you. They also have the second best dance program in the nation, second to Juilliard. So pretty cool. Lots of talented people doing cool stuff. We're all over the place, us Point Parkers. Even on duck boats. And we have 36 colleges and universities in the Pittsburgh area. Some downtown, Point Park, Duquesne, Robert Morris. The Art Institute is right up Boulevard of the Allies. You can see it as we go through the intersection. And Carnegie Mellon, more well known, they have the #1 robotics program in the nation, #2 in the world, second to Japan. They're pretty cool. They also have a bagpipe meter. If anybody wants to pick up the bagpipes, go for it. You can get a free kill, the whole 9 yards. I know, it's everything you dream of and more. And right on the corner coming up here, this brown building, I know, it's a pretty boring building, but it's Conestoga Hall right now, apartments for Point Park. But it used to be the last place you could drive your Conestoga wagon before having to convert it into a boat. So you go down there, trade them your horses, and if they give you supplies so you can make your merry way down the rivers. Pretty cool. None of these roads existed. Lewis and Clark actually started their expedition here in Pittsburgh. But the guy that was responsible for making their tour boat was a little irresponsible. And they were supposed to start in the springtime, but the boat wasn't finished until the dry season. So they started in their boat in the river, being pulled down by some horses. But they made it all the way, and so can we. And Pitt University got its start on Smithfield Street in a one-room log cabin. They're no humongous moved out to Oakland, and the tallest educational building, which is the Cathedral of Learning. Check it out, it is beautiful. Another thing that got its start on Smithfield Street was the Nickelodeon Theater, first movie theater ever. Black and white silent film had really significant to the action. Councilman Nichols took on the Nickelodeon. He started doing movies a long time ago, with over 200 movies in the United States. Most number one as a Batman movie, Dark Knight Rises, one from Gotham City. We're happy to have you. Perks of Being a Raw Song, Emma Watson was filmed here. Pretty cool. Brendan Tom Cruise with the Jack Reacher. Another Justin Jake Gyllenhaal and Anne Hathaway was filmed right down there in the Grand Concourse. If anyone's at the fault with our stars, that was filmed here this summer. And also I'd like to mention the zombie movies, Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. We'll take anything of the dead. There's a zombie festival every year in Market Square, appropriately around Halloween time, and I'm telling you, thousands of people dressed as zombies and wander around Market Square, coincidentally the place where the pigeon head fell out of the sky, so it has a bloody history. Here we are back at Station Square, home nest of our duck boats. This area used to be owned by Pittsburgh and the Lake Erie Railroad. They had most of the land on this side of the river, facing downtown. They kept their cargo, and the freight house shops right here, and their offices, and the Landmarks building, which is right in front of us now. And Grand Concourse, the restaurant, is the #1 place for brunch in the city. #2 is Eaton Park. So our standards vary pretty significantly. And this is where I do my obligatory plug, and I tell you that your Crackers Club cards get you discounts at Atchers over the North Shore, CLO Cabaret Theater, Hard Rock Cafe right next to our bed group, and St. Brendan's in the Freight House shops. Also check out our Tours and More store. You can get more information about different tours in Pittsburgh and more Proctor paraphernalia. So if you guys had a quacking good time, hope everything was all as quacked up to be, I can have one last celebratory quack on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Quack, quack, quack. Thank you guys so much. Stay seated. I'll lower the steps and then we can be done. Thank you guys so much.
I hope that was a good time for everybody. Thank you for joining us. Thanks to all the captains. Great job. Happy birthday again, our birthday captain. Your birthday.
Thank you.
For all of you that traveled from out of town, enjoy the rest of your stay in Pittsburgh. Safe journey back. To go down these steps and get nice.
I'm not kidding, we did. I'm not killing you. Black, white, and green. And then I'll make coffee. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is the crumble. Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Quack, quack, quack. That was fun.
Coming up,